Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is the one that you've been waiting for. It's the one you've been searching for. I'm gonna let you guys know a super simple way that's reliable to get Jeeps on 1-tons with big tires stopping better than factory. So here's the situation. Let me paint a picture for you. You've 1-ton swapped your rig.
Swing, swing.
Whether you bought store-bought axles or you bought your axles from a junkyard and built them yourself, that's cooler, by the way. You now are trying to figure out how to get your brakes to work on your Jeep. The tried and true method on the internet that most people talk about, which is a super easy conversion, is the J8 swap. Larger brake booster and a larger master cylinder with obviously the reservoir that goes with it. Now, that larger master cylinder and that larger brake booster allow your Jeep to push more fluid for those gigantic brake calipers that are now on your 1-ton rig.
Swing, swing.
The only problem with the J8 is they're not available. Mopar makes the J8 booster and master cylinder that you just saw. And the problem is Mopar only makes that master cylinder and booster in batches. So they'll wait 8 months, a year.
I've been waiting for you.
And that's a problem. So Crown Automotive came in and they came up with something, but it doesn't work. Their master cylinder piston inside always leaks fluid, and it doesn't leak it in a way that you're going to be able to see it. What happens is it sneaks past the seal, it fills up the brake booster with fluid, and then all of a sudden you'll essentially lose your brakes. Now again, I want to be really clear and make you guys understand, or at least help you guys understand, that I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. Like I've said earlier in this video, Crown Automotive makes some great stuff. And that's what the Jeep in the aftermarket world is all about. Designing parts, making parts so that we can continue to improve our rigs. Crown Automotive saw a problem with the J8 kit as far as its availability and tried to fix it. I'm sure, and I have 100% confidence that they're going to work through the problem they have with that master cylinder eventually. They just haven't done it yet. So here's another option, and it's cheaper. You're basically gonna go to your local auto parts store, any of the places where you can order parts for a Jeep JK, and you're gonna get this. Now I'll link in the description to this, and I'll even put the part number in there for you so that it's easier to see. But this part here is just a replacement master cylinder. And the cool thing about it is when you compare it to the J8. Now the J8 master cylinder is bigger. It has a 1 1/8 size piston inside of it, which is designed to push more fluid because now you have giant brake calipers that require it. Okay, so that piston is going to be 1 1/16 instead of 1 1/8. Now with that 16th smaller, it doesn't move as much fluid, but it's close. You're also not going to have to upgrade your brake booster. Now I'm sure you guys are thinking, all right there, Dan. All right, war paint. It's easy to say that it works really well when you have a J8 kit on your rig that works really well. Guys, here's the deal. This is a Mopar kit. I paid a lot more money for this kit than I did on another Jeep that I built in here. I don't know if you guys remember it. Leaf spring's doing great, right? 14 inches of travel, awesome. Yukon air locker down in there, and a Grizzly rear. That Jeep was built on leaf springs. It had them on all 4 corners, but it had a Superduty Dana 60 under the front and a 14 bolt in the rear, just the same as war paint. Now, in order to get that Jeep to stop, because we ran into the same issue that most people are running into these days with the J8 kit not being available. So after doing some head scratching, basically went online, did some research, and found that the Jeep JK actually offered a larger master cylinder that came apparently on some rigs that came equipped with heavy duty brakes. Now, it's pretty rare. Most rigs don't have that master cylinder on it, but noticing that it was only 1/16 smaller than the J8 kit, we decided to give it a shot, and boy, were we pleasantly surprised. It stops fantastic. Just swapping out that master cylinder to the 1 1/16 size for $100 was all the difference. We didn't replace the booster, and that thing stopped on a dime. So that's all there is to it. You're basically going to run to your local auto parts store, go online, order that part, swap it out, and do your ABS pump bleed on your Jeep, because without that, you're going to get air in the system. There's no way to avoid it. So you're going to have to use the Jeep's computer. You can do that through the J-Scan. There's a number of ways to do it. And guys, that is a super easy fix. You can pick that up for about $100 at local various places. And that's something I always like to do when I'm building these rigs. We like to build them with custom suspensions and axles and things like that. But by using junkyard Super Duty axles and by using, you know, auto parts store available parts, you're able to basically service your vehicle at an event, right? You don't have to contact a company when a part on your axle breaks or a part in your brake system breaks. If you went hydro boost and you blow a line, something like that, it's going to take you a lot longer to fix that issue. Or if you went with a J8 and all of a sudden your brakes did fail, nothing lasts forever, well, you're not going to be able to get another one. But all you got to do is put that master cylinder on there. Anyway, guys, get out there, keep building stuff.